Group Iron Man. Runescape's newest game mode, and one which the community has been asking for ever since it was released in Old School's version. And now 10 years later after Iron Man came out, here it is. Now, I've not been actively playing the game for a few months now, but decided that Group is a fresh start and a good time to come back. So, grabbing a few friends later, Fire GIM is created. So, what is our goal? Well, honestly, we don't actually have one. We don't intend to push any ranks or go for any world's firsts. If we're there, then we're there. But the whole point is, let's play a new account, experience the early game once more after being maxed Iron Men for about probably a year plus. Although we don't really have a goal in mind, we would all like to get to the end game as soon as possible. We've kind of been following a little guide on the wiki which just tells us how to get there, what quests to do and stuff like that, which probably a lot of people are actually following, but it's doing the job and it's making some of the tedious grinds a lot nicer. But for myself, there is one goal I kind of want to try and get, and I don't actually know how possible it is, and that's to get one of the Zuck capes before the end of November. That's basically getting a Zuck cape in a month's time. How possible, I don't know. I don't know if I'm skilled enough at the game, but we'll see. Enough on that, let's start the video. It's the 28th of October and Group Iron Man is released, and our first order of business is make our way to Edgeville for the circus which is located there this week. However, before we make our way there, since we spawn at the node and the portal takes us out to Lumbridge, it's worth getting a few of the quests out of the way for a little starting XP. With the quest out of the way, we enter the circus and complete the agility section, giving us 6 agility and more importantly the ability to use Surge, improving our movement right from the start. With Surge unlocked, the rest of the day was spent questing, getting as many out of the way as early as possible for future unlocks, and it doesn't help to reach that 25 milestone for quest points for the extra cash. Necromancy was one of the quests giving us access to one of the best combat styles in the game. However, it's not too useful at the minute until we start unlocking the additional abilities through the Well of Souls, along with getting some better gear through training up some of our other skills, but still it's a nice quest and a skill to unlock early on. The same goes for the archaeology tutorial. I'm not in any rush to train archaeology until we have some decent way of getting a supply of porters. However, the free relic for completing it boosts our health by 500, which is definitely going to be of use early on. And while in the area, we might as well unlock Anachronia as early as possible, allowing us to work on the base camp early, which is going to take a while to upgrade, but the unlocks are definitely worth it. And most importantly, we have access to one of the most important weeklies of Herbie Werby, which we complete for 13 Herblore. This whole time, myself and Azulu have been following the Iron Man efficiency guide on the wiki to get to the end game as soon as possible, with slight alterations here and there if we want to go and do something else. But one of the early steps in the guide is Shattered Worlds, more specifically get 45 magic and range within Shattered Worlds. So that's where we spent most of day one. Honestly, it wasn't actually too bad. I've never really done Shattered Worlds before and never actually got Bladed Dive, which yeah, but still. The first tree did happen halfway through, which was a nice little break, but there wasn't anything worthwhile from it. And thanks to one of the perks of being a Group Iron Man, we get pretty much every aura for free, and using some of these combat ones, I like to think it made it so the higher tier worlds were a lot nicer and we could power through getting better XP a bit faster than what we would if we didn't have these auras. After spending most of the day in Shattered Worlds, both 45 magic and range have been achieved. We did have a little bit more spare time before the day ended, since the magic and range training didn't actually take as long as I expected. So with a few more quests ticked off here and there, I begin to work on the fort. Since it can't actually be fully completed within the first day with just buying limestone bricks unless we all trade them over to each other, but we all kind of want to get fort out of the way, and mining the limestone and crafting it into the bricks was causing more breaks than I would ideally like, since we're quite a low crafting at the minute. So we build what we could and call it there for day one. We start off the morning by continuing on with Fort and completing the outside wall for the completion of the quest New Foundations, allowing us to continue building the rest of the fort at our own discretion. The next step in the guide was one of the most important levels to get out of the way early on, runecrafting, and 50 at that, allowing us access to the runecrafting guild and most importantly daily viswax. A huge unlock early on for both quick teleports and once we are efficiently able to collect viswax, extending daily challenges for that extra XP. So after getting the 50 in the runespan, which was not a bad grind at all, especially thanks to the aura, the runecrafting guild is unlocked and daily viswax is now ours, which we chuck straight into quick teleports to teleport around a lot quicker doing these quests and just leveling for right now. So the rest of the day was basically spent questing and grinding a few levels here and there for future quests. And well, rather than going through every single little level and quest we completed, I'm just going to go through the more important ones since you've probably seen all of the others before in other people's progress videos. Our first big quest is Waterfall for the huge attack and strength XP. We next have Merlin's Crystal, which although doesn't give us any XP, gives us the Excalibur, which will boost our defense whenever we activate it, and eventually the enhanced Excalibur will be one of our best items we can obtain. Shortly after we complete the Holy Grail for the defense and prayer XP that it awards us. Jack of Spades is completed for the unlock of Menethos, a huge area and probably going to be where we're going to train most of our cooking and fishing to begin with. And finally Witch's House for that huge increase in Constitution XP. Now the evening of day 2 is basically spent woodcutting logs for both fort for us and other people, getting us fairly high, but I didn't really record much of it since it was just pure woodcutting and it was woodcutting.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
Once again, day 3 is spent questing. And our first important quest we complete is Fight Arena for that big chunk of attack XP once more. We then go and complete both the gnome quests of Tree Gnome Village and Gnome Stronghold, both giving a fair amount of XP and some levels here and there. We then begin to start probably the longest quest in the game of Recipe for Disaster, but since we don't actually need to do any of the rescues inside just yet, we just complete the first part and start the cutscene. Another quest we complete is Shiloh Village, and although the XP reward isn't too great, there is one huge advantage for it, and that is the fishing spots being right next to a bank. And we take advantage of this straight away, training our fishing right to 53 for both a hero's quest requirement along with being able to Menethos fish in the future. And for the last part of the day, we discover we can actually token farm Cerberus in ED4, or the Zamorak Undercity, whatever you prefer to call it. So we end up killing Cerberus for probably about 2 hours for both 42 dungeoneering, but more importantly the gem bag and its upgrade. Although we can't actually use the upgrade just yet, we still need a higher crafting, but we have the tokens for it. Day 4 and the last day of October, meaning if we have any monthlies we need to get out of the way and unlock, this is the day we need to get them done by. And that's what we do straight away. One quest that I knew I wanted to complete before the end of the month, no matter what the cost, was Beneath Cursed Tides, for the Oyster unlock down below. This is maybe not as big as it could be right now, but it could give us future fortune components in the long run, which would be nice to collect as early as possible. And well, we do successfully complete Beneath Cursed Tides before the end of the month and the Oyster is unlocked. One quest I always want to try and aim for whenever starting a new account is Evil Dave's Big Day Out, and luckily it's not that too far in the guide we're following, so we complete it fairly soon. It gives a nice amount of magic and agility XP which boosts us to over 60 combat, meaning we can now start Reapers. Well, technically we could have started Reapers from day 1, but I didn't really fancy going to sus public sessions, so yeah, we'll do the combat ones instead. There is only one Reaper we can actually get at the minute, and that's Giant Mole, and doing it wasn't too bad at all, and we get a nice chunk of Slayer XP along with the start of Reaper points building up. We then return back to what is starting to feel like a new home of Shattered Worlds for 60 magic, and honestly it wasn't a bad grind once again. And once we hit the 60, we can make our way to the Mage Training Arena, where we can complete the little event, unlock ourselves a Gothic Staff, along with a Gothic Cape for our best in slot Mage Cape for probably quite a while, and afterwards cast the spell 100 times to unlock the ability to use Claws of Gothics outside of the arena. With 60 magic now in hand, along with the Gothic staff and cape, I thought we might as well give a go at DKs to try for that dragon hatchet since we're slowly approaching the 61. And well, our 26th kill, we get the pet. Yeah, I'm not expected at all, and could be potentially one of the first pets for a group Iron Man in game for DKs, since we got here fairly early, and unless someone else has got incredibly lucky like us, that's a pet. Yeah, I was not expecting it. Our next big quest we go for is Dragon Slayer, and it is slightly out of order from where we are in the guide, but since it does unlock another journey tier, I thought we might as well get it out of the way. We could have technically have done this a lot earlier than what we did, and potentially have gone a world first, but none of us realised, and also we didn't really care that much. But Dragon Slayer is completed for a nice chunk of both defense and strength XP. To finish off the evening, we go back to Fort once more and some wood cutting, which I'm finding quite relaxing, so there's going to be a lot of wood cutting. Day 5, and well, you can guess what we did. Once again, it's spend questing. We didn't really complete any of the important quests that give a big boost to XP this time around, so instead of just going through what we did, we're just going to do a quick little quest montage, because why not? Day 6 and 7, the first weekend, and well, I didn't really actually play that much during the weekend since it was a family member's birthday, so as much as the grind is important, I feel like it was a justified reason. However, but we did still make a little bit of progress here and there. We completed Monkey Madness for that huge chunk of XP right at the end, which boosted our combat and skills quite a bit. And well, we also decided to go and hit up Rex since we do need a lot of dragon hatchets in the future, and a berserker ring here and there might be quite nice. Well, we are awarded with 2 warrior wings and a dragon hatchet, and that's more or less what happened on day 6. And day 7, much again, I didn't play much, and we mainly just spent the day at Gem Rocks to eventually get our crafting up. So there we have it, our first week of Group Iron Man. And honestly, I've been having a blast playing this game mode, and have been playing it non-stop more or less ever since. We have a load of other footage left that I can make videos from, so look forward to them in the future. If you enjoyed, feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that, and I will see you in the next one. Much like the first week, our first order of business is to continue following the endgame efficiency guide, ticking off both quests and levels to push us towards that endgame much sooner. Our first big quest we decide to go for is Lunar Diplomacy, for both the Lunar Spellbook, but more importantly, right now the Lunar Armour, which is our best in slot magic gear for quite a while, and until we start to get more souls for Necromancy, magic is still our best combat style. Luckily, we are only missing 2 level requirements at this point in the account, 61 crafting and 60 mining, both which can come hand in hand thanks to the gem rocks in Orcarid Mine. With enough gems banked, we finish the mining off at Anachronia for the chance of the Totem Beast, and shortly after the level 61 crafting follows suit. With the skills out the way, we complete the last pre-quest wreck of Lost City, and then proceed to start the quest. After a few annoying puzzles and a quick detour to an evil tree, and a simple battle against light inner demons, Lunar Diplomacy is completed, and both the Lunar Spellbook and armour is now ours. Diaries. Some of the rewards from them are very useful, others are mainly just completed for the XP reward. Back in week 1 we completed the Easy Diary for the Underworld Grimoire, and since then we have gained a fair amount of additional levels and completed some more quests, meaning we now have all the requirements to complete the Medium Diary. Awarding the Underworld Grimoire too, which will be our best in slot pocket item for a long time, until we get one of the God books or complete the Hard Diary, whatever comes first. It's time for another quest grind, for 3 very important quests, with huge unlocks, especially for where we are right now in the account. The first of the 2 is a quest series, Throne of Miscellanea and Royal Trouble. The first unlocks Managing Miscellanea, a kingdom that will gain us resources passively for us to use. most notably maple logs, which will be our prime training source for both fletching arrow shafts and training fire making. The completion of Royal Trouble then expands upon this activity, giving us additional workers and resources, which are maxed out into hardwood, more specifically mahogany, since mahogany logs are going to be vital for our future construction training. The third important quest we complete is quick and easy, probably the quickest we've completed so far, which is Tears of Guthix. Completing this quest gives us access to the weekly activity of Tears of Guthix, awarding an XP amount depending on our level and the amount of tears collected in our lowest skill, which is definitely going to help boost a few of those more awkward skills. Now, Group Iron Man added a list of new challenges to unlock additional rewards within the game mode. As a group, we have done a few of the total level ones and quest point goals, however we have not really gone out of our way to complete more specific tasks, such as diaries and certain quests. So I think it's about time to knock out some of them. First of all, we have one small favour, everyone's favourite quest. But honestly, it wasn't too bad at all. I think the lodestone network definitely helped, but it was still a bit annoying, but nowhere near as bad as what it used to be. But with one small waiver completed, that's one of the journey tasks completed, plus the key ring, which will help save a few bank spaces, which we can also store on the tool belt, and if we need a key in the future, if it's on the tool belt, we don't have to worry about forgetting it. With one small favour knocked out the way, the next task is the RD Easy Diary. The only locked requirement that we had left was to complete the Tower of Life. So after speeding through the quest and with two of us working on the diary at this more or less the same time, we complete the Journey Tier 4 tasks as well as unlock a new Besting Slot Cape for Necromancy, which is always a nice benefit. A lot more questing follows suit, but the most important ones we complete are Cabin Fever to access Mostly Harmless, but more importantly Cave Horrors and the Chance of that Black Mask, as well as Legacy of Seergaze, bringing us one step closer to that long quest grind of the Vampire series, for the eventual unlock of the Sun Spear, but that's still a way off. We finish the evening off by collecting the engrams around Gillingham for 58 divination. Day 10 and the last day of using the Iron Man efficiency guide, so we can start venturing off onto our own journey. The morning is spent completing the last few quests left in the guide. Family Crest is one of the most important ones for both the cooking and smelting gauntlets, which are going to be very useful going forward from this point on. One additional quest that is not on the guide is King's Ransom for the hair clip, another type of lockpick, which at the time I thought was unbreakable and would make the chest step in Desert Treasure a piece of cake. However, it turns out that's not the case, and it took well over 100 lockpicks and hair clips to break in. Before finishing DT, we do a little Barrows run for our Reaper task. However, we don't get lucky for any of the Barrows pieces, although one of the brothers does drop the Ectoplasma, which is going to be very nice on passive prayer XP when fighting ghosts. Back to the desert for the completion of Desert Treasure, a task in the journey achievements and access to the ancient spellbook, which will be useful but not for a while still. We then finish the day off by completing more of our fort and the quest Dead and Buried, for even more activities unlocked within the fort. Plus this also does bring us one step closer to Vorkath, which eventually we are going to have to grind out. The next morning we start the day off with more fort, improving our buildings to higher tiers and reach 71 construction in the process. Following on, we complete the quest Housing of Parliament. A very quick and easy quest, the only issue was not having high enough fishing, but that's where the group comes in. We are awarded with a moonstone for our troubles, a rare gem for now, and will allow us to craft some very useful jewellery in the future. Back to Barrows for another Reaper task, although this time around we get ourselves a piece. Darok's plate legs, tank melee plate legs, which may be useful later on, but for right now, since we have low melee and not even 70 defense, it's just a nice collection log item to have. Honestly, not much else happened. A lot of the day was spent training archaeology, since we eventually need 86 for Tombs of the Warlock, but 40 is our goal for now. Upon reaching 40 archaeology, we have all the stats required for Daughter of Chaos, the first quest along in the series working towards Dive. After completing Daughter of Chaos, all that is left between us and Dive is a few levels for Succession and the mini-quest series of Civil War Part 1 through 3. Each one requires a certain achievement to be completed before continuing on. I did know this fact in advance, so was able to work on them before reaching the mini-quest series, and thanks to this, all 3 took about 5 minutes to complete. We start the day off by working towards the only skill we need to start Succession, of 60 smithing. Completing Elemental Workshop 3 gives us a nice boost in the right direction, and we finish off the level in the Artisan's Workshop. Before starting the quest, we return to our second home for most of the day of Shattered Worlds. The plan is to train Necromancy and work towards Bladed Dive at the same time. Once inside, we start to gain a fair amount of talent points for the Well of Souls to help unlock some future abilities for increased DPS. Plus, working towards 66 for the ability Volley of Cells, which will bring our DPS a lot more and start becoming a combat skill we can actually use for a variety of different bosses and monsters. After spending most of the day in Shattered Worlds, we finally get around to start Succession, running through the quest as quickly as possible and are rewarded with a nice chunk of Herblore XP. But much more importantly, Dive, an additional movement ability. The rest of the evening is spent at the Ritual site, gathering souls and reaching 70 Necromancy. Thanks to all the rituals we done last night, our Necromancy level is now 70 and we can start to work towards both the tier 70 power and tank gear. However, before we are able to start Killy's tasks for it, we need to quickly knock out the Spirit of War. Completing the quest gives us a free Hermodic plate needed for the power gear, along with access to the boss fight Hermod for even more plates. With Killy's task now unlocked, we start working on the tier 70 tank as opposed to power, since looking at the future upgrades, it will be a lot easier to work on the tank gear as opposed to the power, since our stats aren't really there yet. Completing Killy's task allows us to get our hands on some tier 70 weapons and gear. However, we still don't have the defense level to wear it, so once more we return to a home of Shattered Worlds with 70 defense. With our new gear in hand, I think it's finally time to start working more on the Zuck Cape goal. And to start off, we need to get the first cape in the series, of the Fire Cape. So it's time for the Fight Cave. Yeah, it was a piece of cake. Thanks to the increased light points, the chance to dodge hits, and even the free auras we got, the cave was a breeze. The most difficult part of the whole cave was taking out the healers, since we weren't able to out DPS them. But with that, the Fire Cape is ours, and can be sacrificed as soon as the Fight Cave is unlocked. So I don't really remember what I did on day 14, and I only seem to have 2 clips from the day, so either I was busy and can't remember why, or I just spent the whole day doing div, and didn't think it was interesting enough to record the whole day of just div. But nevertheless, we did get ourselves a couple of levels, of 65 divination, and 70 woodcutting while doing the evil tree. Yeah, that's it for day 14. Double XP is due to start the weekend, and we need to prepare. Although we are an Iron Man and double XP will not be active for us, there is still at least one activity we can take advantage of during it, and that is the Hall of Memories. During the weekend, the hall is normally up most of the time, so it seems right to get ourselves 80 divination or as close as we possibly can. But to even start the hall, we first need to reach 70 divination. So down into the MP Throne Room we go for the activity there, that is double the XP than just siphoning down wisps. After a few hours, we hit both the funny number and 70 divination. With 70 divination out the way, we return to Barrows once more for a Reaper task, and possibly get one of the best jobs we could get, of Arim's Wand. Our best in slot magic main hand ran out, and we just need to make sure we get ourselves an offhand at some point to make full use of it. We spend the remainder of the day doing archaeology, and although we don't hit any milestone levels, we do complete the requirements to become an archaeology assistant, and make full use of our current chronodes stack to get the soil box upgrade. We start the day off with 60 fishing, since we do need to go for 68 fairly soon to access the deep sea hub, as well as more importantly the travelling merchant for all the goodies that they sell. Although we're not really in a situation right now where we have expendable money, so but the slower we get there is not the end of the world. Another trip's for a Barrows run and we get ourselves another item once more, this time of Torag's helm. Our first piece of melee tank gear for the helm slot, which is going to be very nice when we start draining our melee stats. While fighting KBD, we hit 70 constitution, a goal high up on our task list, as this now allows us to take on our first boss in God Wars 1, and probably one of the most useful bosses we can fight, as it drops pieces of subjugation. This is going to be a long grind fairly soon that we need to start, and although they will technically be our best in slot magic gear up until we start fighting Helra, it's more important to be used for greater in souled cloth, which is needed to upgrade our necromancy gear to tier 80 and 90, which is definitely going to be needed for some of the more difficult bosses we plan to take on in the future. Now every time I see a Wilderness Flash event for the Evil Tree come on, I make sure that I go to it. And well, this one was definitely worth attending, as we managed to pull ourselves a lucky Dark Onyx core. Although we can't do anything for a fairly long time, it's nice to get out of the way for a future unlock of probably the Grace of the Elves, but maybe the Luck of the Dwarfs depending. Most likely Grace of the Elves, so like 2000 pores is just insane. Back in our second home, we hit 75 magic, a requirement for the Elder Kiln, which then unlocks the Fight Kiln. This is the most needed step for our future Zuck Cape, since it will allow us access to a best in slot cape until Zuck, and is needed to upgrade to the Zuck Cape anyway. Now one quest I want to try and get out of the way, which is very helpful for Zuck, is City of Senseltine. I can never pronounce it, so the city of the place, for the Portafix Shadow Ring. But for right now, the prerequisite of Alexandra's quest will need doing, requiring 58 archaeology. However, in order to continue our archaeology progress, we need to access gold rune material caches, and the only place to get that is inside Kamazozul Chasm. And to access it, we need to complete the Defender of Varag. So after getting all the quests and levels done, we complete the quest and have access to gold rune. To start the day off, we decide to go for the last 4 upgrade we can get of the Botanist workbench. But this does require the completion of another quest in the Fort Frimfree storyline of Ancient Awakening, which as well as unlocking the bench also brings us one quest away from Vorkath. Most of the day is spent doing archaeology for the 58 requirement for Alexandra's quest, which we easily knock out. All that's left in our way now are the quests and mini quests, with the Vault of Shadows being the next one we tick off. The start of double XP. But before we make our way to the Hall of Memories, we do have enough time to quickly knock out another quest of You Are It. The Hall of Memories, located beneath the Memorial to Guthix, a divination activity focused around Guthix and his memories, and where once you hit 70 divination, especially during double XP, it's where you're meant to train divination, since the Center Core is normally open during the whole of double XP. And well, we do a whole invent which took us about 4 hours and gets us 2 divination levels, after which I got bored and went back to questing. We'll make our way back there later on. The next quest we complete is the Needle Skips, making sure we fill in every word for the free XP lamps and don't have to come back to do it at a later date. The next quest series is Desperate Times, Calls for Desperate Measures, and then Desperate Creatures. Now another unlock I would like to complete as early as possible is the unlock of Prifddinas, requiring Plague's End. And one of the stats we need to get for that is 70 fletching, since the most efficient way to train fletching is to unlock the ability to use broad arrows. We might as well go ahead and complete Smoke and Kills for the point boosts on every task. The 60 range requirement for Morning's End is knocked out in our second home once more of Shattered Worlds. And with that out of the way, it's time to power through the many elf quests as we can possibly do right now. Regicide, Roving Elves, Morning's End Part 1, and Morning's End Part 2. With all the current elf quests completed, we go back to our Alexandra's quest, and the only level requirement we're missing is the 58 agility. So rather than going around the course for the XP, we might as well tick off a few quests at the same time. hand in the sand and back to my roots. With 58 agility now in hand, we complete I don't know his actual name, but we complete the quest, and more importantly unlock the Pontifex observation ring. Not as good as its upgrade of the Shadow Ring, however it does still unlock the tier 1 troves from all sources in the Elder God Wars dungeon, which can have some pretty decent loot for us. Plus, it's getting us one step closer to being Zuck a lot easier. Now the best ring I currently have access to is a Ring of Wealth, but I recently threw it into the Hand of Glory relics, so we are now missing a ring. So to replace it, we have a few options. The first is to create another Ring of Wealth. Dragonstones are easy enough to get, and we have the levels to craft one. The second option is to go back and camp out Rex for a B ring. 10 are needed for every member eventually, so it's not a bad idea. But I decide to go for option 3. Complete the Lumbridge Diary set for the Explorer's Ring 4. The stats are more or less the same as the Ring of Wealth, the only difference is a +1 prayer bonus, but you don't get the luck effect, which is fine right now since I'm not really focused about luck until tier 4, and we do have the relic if we need it. The day ends with the funny number in farming, Grimtails for some more agility XP, 60 agility, 60 and 61 hunter, plus the increase in the whirling stacks. If we want to get a Zuck Cape, there is one quest we have to 100% complete, and that is the Elder Kiln. Completing the quest grants us access to the Fight Kiln, and in turn the 4 Kiln Capes, which can then be upgraded into Zuck Capes. Although we can fight the Kiln at the minute, I wasn't really feeling it for the day, so we leave that for tomorrow. Another Dragon Hatchet is acquired for the team thanks to a Reaper task. If we are going to take on Zuck, one thing we are going to need is at least super or even better extreme potions, and that means we have to train Herblore. Although at the minute we're not in a good enough position to camp out a lot of seeds or herbs for training, so instead we'll quest it. And one of those quests we aim to complete is while Guthix sleeps. We still have a few prereqs we need to complete beforehand, but one of those is Legends quests. We complete the quest and become a legend, plus access to a better Necro Cape for the time being. 60 Thieving, 69 Herblore, and 60 attack are all achieved on the same day. So yesterday we completed the Elder Kiln, and today it's time to take on the Fight Kiln. It was a pretty easy run. Most things can be safe spotted so you don't have to deal with all the Tsar at one time, and the wiki guide lets you know where everything will spawn and where it's safe to stand for the Jads. The most difficult wave was 28, with the 6 still. Since I don't have any hybrid gear and don't want to take up any additional inventory spaces I don't have to for switches, we had to fight them with our armour off, meaning they hit hard and could stack us out with their special attack, but luckily we pull through and they're no trouble at all. We then take on Halkraken, and successfully do so. The Kiln Cape is ours. We do need to come back at some point in the future for the other Kiln Capes and maybe an Onyx here and there, but for right now the Necro one is all we need. 75 Divination is achieved thanks to a cache and a requirement for Fate of the Gods, another quest I plan to do in the future, but it's still a way off. So we spend the rest of the day knocking out other requirements for both skills and quests for while Guthix sleeps. Alongside with that, we also unlock Bladed Dive. The Martina Easy Diary is completed for the journey achievements. We complete the Battle for Fort Fremfree quest, unlocking Vorkath for the future. The Chicken Log is completed, and the mini quest A Guild of Our Own, unlocking Safes Cracking, a new moneymaker and how we plan to get 99 Thieving. Well, Guthix sleep is completed. 400k in skills above 65, but that is all going in Herblore. 1 level, probably. 2 levels, probably. I don't know, maybe a third. and potentially a 4th. 74. Oh my god, that got 5 levels. Cool. While Graphic Sleep is completed, that was not a prereq for Prif, which I would like to get soonish. However, it's only 1 level off Prifrec for Herblore, and I mean, I'll take most of these potions. There's no extremes just yet, but there's supers nonetheless, which is very nice. And here we should have ourselves the completion of Tybo 10 Trio. Honestly, I don't remember why I did this, but it's done nonetheless. Broken Home. And here we have the completion of any second Vampire Slayer. Some quick and easy quest points, that's mainly the reason I do it, and I thought I might as well go through some free to play quests, because they're going to need to be done anyway, and yeah. So we should be finishing off our Tears of Guthix run right about now. Very nice indeed. What level do we get? We get ourselves a fletching level of 44. Very nice, very nice. Now let's just reset Tears and go back in. And here we go again. We get 46 summoning. Cool. Getting up there, I guess. 500 bosses. No, Carol's Coif, that's kind of useless, but I guess it's a range piece when we do range. 78 magic. I don't actually know if this unlocks anything, but I'm gonna record the level anyway. Yeah. So we've decided to do some team dungeoneering since we all need 75 for Prif anyway, and there is 67, which is a requirement for One of a Kind, which is a quest I would like to do for the amulet, which would be very nice. So just while the evil tree is finishing off, we did get ourselves 75 woodcutting, which is very nice indeed. It's our first Prif reg knocked off the way, which is, yeah, always a plus. And also, we should get ourselves, any second, there we go, 64 fire making. Very nice indeed. Funny number. 70. So we have spent basically the whole day doing dungeoneering, and if I input the amount that we need XP wise, that should be, yep, there we go, 75 dungeoneering. Another Prifret again, and a horrible one at that. There's another Prifrec. 75 Herblore. That's 80 Necro, which means we can now upgrade our weapons and armor. There we have 50 summoning, slowly but surely getting up there. 79 magic, woo! Nice. And here we should have the completion of As a First Resort, giving us access to the Daily Sandstone once we get the mining level. And that is 60 summoning, giving us access to QBD. I just want to get 75 or as close as possible quickly. And another 5 levels later, we have 65 summoning. Very nice. Oh, Clockwork Syringe. Boom. The world wakes. Oh yeah, we have new abilities. To gain 4 rewards, you must complete the following. Can't be asked. Cool. We use this one to 100k Herblore XP. We use this one. Does it? I don't think it does. No, I would debate that. That can't be used. That can't be used. This can though. Wait. What? They're not combat skills. What? Okay, weird. Oh, because it's 65 above, so only highlights. Okay. That. 67. Nice. Fate the Gods requirement, War Tortoise. Nice. 76 in that, and what the hell do we use these on? I think these can be destroyed and reclaimed, right? Yep. I think these can as well. But I will debate it. One of these is going in div. The other one probably agility, but we can't use it. Okay, divination XP, 77, nice. Destroy this. Yes. I mean, we've just unlocked devotion, which is actually huge. That unlocks so much more bossing, like, and just high skill gap stuff. Yeah. There we go. 80 magic. Huge. Just need 81 for the quests which we were planning to do. Chaotix. Runic. Wait, what's the dual hand for tier 80 actually? Wait, is there even a dual hand for tier 80? Oh, attuned crystal probably. But yeah, what was I going to say? Yeah, just need 81 for one of a kind. So doing some Slayer at the same time because we need 300 points for making broad arrows, which will be very useful for just legend levels, I guess. Ooh, 81. That's one of a kind requirement. Funny number. And after the completion of this track and trades, we should get ourselves a Herblore level. There we go. Very nice. Of 77. Anything good? Arbux, I guess. So I don't know why I decided to do this, but we have replayed through Broken Home and get ourselves the XP lamp along with the Asylum Surgeon's ring, which we can't use just yet. We just need to play through one more time. That is the Battle for the Monolith mini quest done. Nice, we get ourselves a shard as well. So here we go, this should be a completion of another free-to-play quest, this time around of Chef's Assistant. Just want to kind of go through, a cooking level, just want to go through the free-to-play quests. And here we have another free-to-play quest as we just go through this cutscene. When does it evolve? I don't know. Any second now? This should probably be after Saradomin leaves. Oh, he's taking his time. There we go. Death of Chivalry completed. I might as well go and do the post-quest stuff as well. Or at least what we can, because why not? So, yeah. Right, so let's just quickly run around the room, pickpocketing whatever coffins we can, because each one has its own set of reward. There is the Templar armor, very nice. This one gives us, or can we even do this one? Because one of them we can't do, and I don't know which one. And that is the Gilded Cabbage. Cool, kicking that X amount of times does something. I think it gives a prayer XP or something. I can't remember entirely, but very nice. And I'm probably just gonna kick this cabbage and then come back after. Yeah. So here we go. Yet another free-to-play quest is about to be completed. Of dun dun dun. Any second now. Go through the dialogue. More dialogue. Well, there's more dialogue than I was anticipating. There we go. The Gower quest completed. Very nice indeed. And I believe if we talk to each brother, they will give us an additional lamp. And we can also go and get Tim and Crunchy, which is pretty cool. So here we are over at Tim and Crunchy. I think we just ask him to join us. Yep, there we go. Tim and Crunchy Bubblehead is unlocked. And we obviously have all our lamps, which we're just going to quickly chuck into Herblore. We can't chuck this into Herblore. It has to be free to play skills, doesn't it? I guess. I don't know. Prayer? Yeah. Why not? This might give us a level actually. Yeah, there we go. 61 prayer. Very nice indeed. Well, that is an unexpected drop of the D2H, but I'll take it nonetheless. Okay, I'm not going to say anything. I don't know how we just got a second one. And well, here we go. After some more dialogue, we should complete Heartstopper. Very nice indeed. I think it used to be a Valentine's Day event, which got turned into a quest, but pretty nice. We also get a thieving lamp at the end. Cool. Yeah, not bad. Well, that's an unexpected drop. We've got a Dragon Rider Lancer team. Not in my name, but still. Oh, nice little necromancy of 83 combat level as well. 69 Slayer. Oh, my fool's requirement. Let's get 71 range and 80 constitution, but they weren't as important. I guess the 80 is River of Blood Wreck. Oh yeah, Phoenix and stuff. 52 means we can do our broad arrows. Now we've also got the perk. I don't recall if I recorded it or not, but I'm going to go through all of these first, because I think that might get us 75, which is needed for Lord of the Vampirum? 70 is for Priv. I think 75 is Lord of the Vampirum. I can't remember though, but it's needed for some quest. Funny number. And here we have ourselves another thieving level. No, this is Fletching, of 70. Pretty nice. I think the light within... No, within the light... Oh, I get them wrong. Requirement. So, after going through all of our broads we can currently do, we got 74. We're one off the Lord of Vampirum wreck, but still it's a Branches of Darkmire and within the light wreck, which is very nice indeed. Oh wow, we actually got a drop from Armadillo on our last kill, which is very nice, but it is the Buckler, which I guess it's a tier 70 range shield, but how often we're going to use that, I honestly have no idea. But it's collection log at the end of the day, it's a drop, I can't complain. Ah yeah, so we're currently in the middle of Fairy Tail Part 1, and I thought I'd take note of this. We probably got one of the easiest item sets you need to get for the Enchanted Secateurs, that's it. It's literally a Mauritania pear, or Mortmire mushroom, and a Mortmire grasping tree, I don't remember the other fern, which is kind of insane. I've never had an easy one as that. It's all in the one location and on the way, which... yeah, I just thought I'd take note of that. That's pretty cool. Right, so talking to the Godfather should complete the quest of Fairy Tail Part 1. Very nice. And one chop off this level, and of course it doesn't want to pop up. Come on. You were doing it so quick before. Hurry up. There we go. That is 76 woodcutting. Branches of Darkmire requirement. I think we're just missing the crafting. $65 crafting, a requirement for Branches of Darkmire, and our last one actually ticked off. Very nice. And that is 75 fletching. I think it's the highest we need, plus it's River of Blood requirement. And that is the first part of that old black magic done, mainly so we can, well, when we start killing Hermod, which I kind of want to do a few kills out for some plates, we have the chance at getting the drumsticks, which will be very nice indeed. There is, or was, 84 necromancy. And there we go, our first play. Very nice, excluding the quest. Scare tactics. And as we progress through this dialogue, we should be at the end of completing any second. Now, there we go, Fairy Tale Part 2. Very nice indeed. I will probably go straight on to do Part 3, although I think I have to wait for the coordinator to find me or something. And here we have Fairy Tale Part 3. Free. Very nice. I did read in the guide that apparently we can get weedless pouches, which is pretty nice. I did not know that, but we just have to talk to mine again. You know, have a word with local farmers. So once we rake a patch, they no longer grow weeds, which I never knew was a thing. Very nice. Cool, and here we have ourselves, at one point, a very prioritizable quest. Now I think it's just prioritized to get Sunspear. So I guess it is still a priority quest. Of the branches of Darkmire. Very nice indeed. We get ourselves a load of stuff, blisterwood, a load of levels, and we get ourselves a book we can chuck on. Obviously, all on Herblore. 70 summon is very nice actually. But yeah, I don't know how many levels this will get us. But there we go, Herblore level 78, very nice indeed, getting one step closer and closer to, yes, overloads and extremes, but it's still a way off. So I thought I'd just test my luck at some high tier bossing, and it turns out we can technically do hard mode Arc Glacier. It was a bit of struggle, especially during the cuddle phase, with enough DPS, but it is possible, which is very nice to know. So I got myself a Rex Matriarch's Reaper task, so I thought I might as well unlock Osirius, or Osirius, I don't know, the Necro Dino, for the chance of the ring, and I guess there's pets as well, which would be very cool. But there is the quest completed to unlock him. How possible the fight is, I don't know. We're going to probably attempt to duo it, but still, the quest is done and the boss is unlocked. Group Iron Man, RuneScape's newest game mode, and I've been playing it non-stop. I've really much enjoyed it, and initially I set myself the goal of getting a Zuck cape within the first month. We did not achieve this, but it is still something I would like to go for as soon as possible. But since it's not as much of a priority, we can take our time and work on other things, and a huge goal I want to get out of the way is Prifdinous. So let's jump right into it. So I forgot to include a couple of levels we actually got in the last episode. We got ourselves 70 agility, 70 range, and 70 strength. Funny number. 70. Wait, what? You've unlocked Zed. Congratulations, you've unlocked Zed for accumulating 5,000 rune score. Fair enough. There's 70 summoning, literally what, 4 levels till once one of a kind and 5 till breath. Now I do believe, yep, here we go, this is 74 summoning, which means we can finally do one of a kind. Pretty big quest, I think. It will give us a more or less a best slot neck amulet, because we can then get rid of the Forsaken one we have and chuck it in the relics, or if someone else needs it. So yeah, I think I have enough for 75, so I'm going to do that as well, but I'm not entirely sure. Here we have the completion of A Tale of Two Cats. Very nice. I believe it's needed for one of a kind, that's why I've gone to it. So yeah. Don't leave, do not leave. You're joking. Do not leave. I didn't pick up my gear. Yeah, I'm coming. Okay, you can leave. I don't know. That, by the way, that's the same drop rate as the ring. That's rarer than the ring. It's the same table. So yeah, obviously we've got ourselves a lucky gel key, so we've got a choice of 3 different dinosaurs to choose from, and I'm going to choose the middle one of the yellow one, because it looks like a Digimon, kind of. Yeah, we'll come back for the others eventually. And here we have ourselves a Herblore level of a 79. Very nice. So I've been doing a bit of archaeology here and there, and to continue gaining any more, we need to unlock the first tower excavation site for some material caches, so there is Rune Mysteries. And any second now, after the continuation of this dialogue, we should complete the quest Rune Memories. There we go, very nice indeed. The first tower site is unlocked, which is going to be huge. There we have 65 archaeology. Very nice, very nice. Slowly, I guess, working towards 74. In pressing the locals, access to the art needed for soapstone for archaeology. So I have a Herblore daily, and we're pretty close to the level of 80 Herblore, which is within the light requirement. Oh, and River of Blood. Very nice indeed. Oh, we've hit 2k total. Pretty cool. Hee hee hee. Hee hee. Kind of fun call, it seems. 70 prayer. Very nice indeed. That's 71 prayer, and it's actually useful for the reason of deflect from melee. That is excluding necromancy, which I think is 74. That's the main 3 reflects or deflects, so it's probably worth going and completing the temple at Sensual Team for that exact reason. Ah, nice. That's all abilities from God Wars 1. Only 2 pieces of War Priest left of Valmir. Never mind, just missing 1 piece of War Priest. And here we have ourselves 75 Varmin. Very nice indeed. Player owned farms is ridiculous. There is another 75 of 75 mining. Very nice. Slowly getting those prefrecs done. And this should be, yes, there it is, the completion of one of a kind. Very nice indeed. It technically gives us a new best in slot amulet, because we can now use the Amulet of Forsaken in the relic, which is pretty cool. We've got a quest point milestone along with a summoning level, which is pretty nice. 75. Oh, that's also another prefrag. Cool. We're getting closer and closer by the day. Pretty cool indeed. Only a few more left now. So obviously One of a Kind has given us a new quest milestone, so we can claim ourselves our reward of a dice. Very nice indeed. Let us give that a roll and see what we get. $1 mil cash and Rune Plate Bodies H2. I guess it's fortune components or just log slots. Nice. And now we have the One of a Kind amulet. We can obviously hand in our relic of the Darox Momentum, I believe it's called, something like that, which gives us the Berserker's Fury, which is going to be huge for like just bossing in general. Unfortunately, we don't have enough monolith strep right now, but soon enough we will, and it's going to be a huge addition to just bossing and DPS. Ooh, 70 crafting, very nice, very nice. Slowly working on 75, although it's gonna take quite a while because we need to collect a load of gems still. But hopefully it's sooner rather than later. Here we go, a div level thanks to a daily challenge of 78. Very nice indeed. And any second now, this should be the completion of Some Like It Cold. Very nice. Only 1 more penguin quest left, which is pretty cool. This gives us more penguins to hunt each week. And oh, a fishing level, 66. 2 away from deep sea. Oh my god, that is not expected. 19k sea orb of Sirius Elders, whatever the hell orb. We can't use it yet, but that's going to be very nice when we actually can. We also have an Arian's Wand, so technically we have a tier 70 and 85 for dual wielding, which is kind of nice when we eventually get the Rex. Yeah, this is so much better than my hardcore luck. They drain my stats, but every stat other than necromancy. But Knight's Training Arena is now completed. We've got Piety, Chivalry, Augury, and if we go back to we can obviously get ourselves the Necro one. I can't remember what it's called, but that's pretty cool indeed. So let's quickly go to and here we have, that's it, Sanctuary, unlocked. Very nice. Why is it not popping up in our, well, we can learn sap, but, oh no, we need to do Temple of Sensible Scene. Maybe if we like close the interface, yeah, it's there, like, oh wait, there we go, it's popped up. Cool, yeah, the Necro tier 70 prayer on standard spellbook is now ours. Very nice indeed. Although we're not too far off curses, so how useful it is, I don't know at the minute. So with this should be the completion of Tale of the Musper. Cool. Very nice indeed. Ritual of the Magi eventual requirements, so nice to get out of the way now. And the completion of this statue should give us, yes indeed it does, it gives us 75 construction. Pretty cool. That is another Prifrek done. Getting there slowly because that's kind of the priority at the minute. I know we messed up the Zuck Cape and I would still like to go for it, but Prif is obviously a huge unlock, so I'm going to kind of prioritize that at the minute. But we're not too far off now. Again, they're closer and closer. And this daily challenge should help us with another Prifrek of 75 agility. Very nice indeed. Yeah, just another one ticked off, I guess. So one of these next few chin chompers thrown, there we go. 75 range, possibly one of the I guess prayer's gonna be awkward to get. But another Prifrek once more. This also is a rec for the prerequisite quest of the Within the Light as well. We have all levels now for that, which is pretty nice, so I'll do that at some point unless I decide to do them both back to back. So prayer is going to be our most awkward Prifrek, so I've decided to go and do ourselves. This is not the end of the quest. Okay, hang on. Here we go. This should be the end, yes. Songs from the Depth, just in case QBD is potentially a viable solution for Bones, although I don't know if it will be. So since we now have ourselves 75 agility, I thought I'd come back here for our final lamp we need to claim and put it in agility again and get ourselves 76, which is nice. I think we need 77 for Ritual of the Magi, which I would like to go for at some point, but for right now it's fine. And as we finish off this quest or cutscene, as the king gets slapped, hang on, I swear he gets slapped. Does he no longer get slapped? Have they removed that? Now, am I just imagining that was a thing? I have no idea. I've got to check on the wiki now. But that is Garden of Tranquility completed, giving us the Ring of Charos. Like question or not question mark. What is it? Brackets A, which is pretty cool. We can get a Varrock medium or no, sorry, hard diary task done here. Yeah, pretty nice. Now, I also forgot we can use ourselves the Slayer Lamp as well for the completion of the World Wakes, which is pretty nice. Ooh, the Jungle Strikeworms. I guess we're doing them at some point for the Slayer Mask upgrade. There is the 75 prayer needed for Plague's End. Very nice indeed. That was not our last requirement. What may I say? Oh, crafting. Right, yeah. So I'm going to quickly go through some of the prereq quests of here we should have making history. Very nice. There's a little bit of crafting XP, and actually that does give us the 75, as I've but I might as well get them during the quests. Yeah, that's all requirements for Plague's End. We obviously just have to do the pre-quests, and then Elven City is ours. Camp out construction. This should be within the light, very nice. Oh, and also a hunter level because of the Wildy event, which I may have done halfway through the quest, but that's fine. Very nice. We can literally go straight on to Plague's End now. Plague's End. Access to Privilegedness is fine, and we unlocked the Elf's title, which is pretty pointless. This is very useful. Let's say check. Oh, it tells you what it does, which is going to be huge for pickpocketing. And then, do we get any levels, is the question. I'm going to assume not. But we might. Actually, we might get a mining level. And then possibly a range level, thinking about it. Oh, we got loads of level. Dungeoneering, mining, range, and woodcutting. Very nice indeed. Cool, and I suppose all that's left is to go and enter Privilegedness, which I don't know how I get there. Oh, that's the Constitution bat. 2 mil XP. Nice first skilling bat. Pretty cool. Unlocked Morty. Very nice. Cool. Santa's back. Woohoo! Wait, I got 3 lamps. 15k. Huge. Use that in crafting. Dangers, and it will help a title. Hot chocolate rest animation. Most from previous events. Access to other stuff. That's missing my mummy and 100% completion of the mummy restoration as well. Which is very nice. Required for Curse of Arab, I believe, or Ritual, one of them. Curse of Arab. I should... Wait, do I? I'll double check. Yeah, 100%. Cool. That can be done. Cool. So our code is 1337. Which is kind of funny. Curse of Arab. Nice. Load of XP. No levels, which is fine. And I think we can add this in, right? Ooh, 69 fire making from the evil tree. And this should be the tier 3, what it is, sleeping quarters. That is tier 3 of the basic buildings. Very nice, a load more workers. 65 smithing, which is our last rec for Devious Minds, which means we can do that, then complete temple at Senelstein. I can never pronounce it, so I'm not going to even bother trying. And after that, we can pretty much do Ritual the Marjora. We just need 3k in agility, and that is the last level reg for that. So a few quests in, and Ritual the Marjora is going to be done, and we'll also have curses, which is going to be very nice. Devious Minds, it's completed, no levels, but that's fine. Curse of Zaros, there we go, and I don't know if that will, but that might give us enough kudos. Well, we got the ruby amulet pretty soon, which is nice, although I don't know how useful it is other than for clue scrolls later on. But for right now it's still nice to have because I think it's fairly rare. I think all we're just missing, because I might as well do all the kudos for it for a minute, is the ancient symbol, oh, and the old coin. So I'm just going to keep going until we get them all. Whoa, that is temple at Sensultine, yeah. We just need to now unlock ancient curses, which is done by reading a book and then praying. Oh yeah, okay, cool. I have to read the book first, then pray, which is in my inventory. There we go. Unlock the ability to use curses. Pray at the altar. And there we go. We have curses. There we go. I forgot what it was called for a second. Very nice. We'll probably actually stay on curses for the foreseeable future, since they're just a little bit extra DPS, and I don't really know how useful the piety and equivalent prayers will actually be compared to curses, especially when we get leech, because we can now like do half an hour and stuff. We got these combat lamps. I'm not really too sure what to chuck them on. Like, summoning is good, but it's also incredibly easy to get charms and money now, so maybe ranged? Prayer's going to be easy as well with money. Yeah, I guess ranged. And we can do it 3 times, I believe. So I don't know if this will give us a level. Probably not. No help or level. Oh, okay, never mind. Nope, no levels. Oh well, the quest's done though. So any second now, the sentry post should give us... There we go. 77 agility. Very nice. That is a last level needed for a ritual of martial art. Ooh, Dormant Anima Core Helm. That may be useful. I mean, we need a crest in any of the styles first, but I guess it's nice. And Tree once more gives us another level, this time of 80 woodcutting. Oh, that's a light within requirement. Very nice. Oh, and then hatchet. $80 prayer, which mainly means it's a light within requirement, but it means we have access to Gregovich, Gregorish, whatever. This is Gay boss in Gold Wars 2, which means we can actually access Telos once we kill them, because we should get the final piece we're missing. And also unlocks tier 90 Necro gear, which is nice. 76 Slayer, which is a requirement for Fate of the Gods. We can now do that. 9 heals are unlocked, a new dino as well. But yeah, Fate of the Gods is now doable. Yeah, I didn't know that was a journey achievement. Yeah, I don't want to do anymore. So the question is, do we try it? This. Well, that still might not be possible. That should be any second now. There we go. Fate of the Gods. A load of XP. I don't know if any of it will give us a level. It doesn't look it looking at that. But you never know, I could be surprised. A load of additional extra rewards once we complete certain things, etc, etc. Most importantly, the Shard of Zaros, which means we can equip that in God Wars 1 and no longer be attacked by everything, which will be very nice. Oh, we do get a level, we get a summoning level. That's pretty nice. But yeah, that's the prereq for, I think, like, Sliske's endgame eventually, but also the Within the Light, or Light Within. Light Within is that one, isn't it? I never know, because they're basically the same thing. The Light Within, yeah, it's all the prerequisites of the meeting history, but we're still, literally, it's just the Slayer, really. Yeah, we're not that actually far off it, which is kind of cool. Yeah. Cool. There we go. 19 Necromancy. Oh, Crystal Case. Interesting. What I've been waiting for a little bit now, as it means we can technically get tier 90 gear, but that's not the main thing. It's the main, well, actually that is a pretty big thing, but the huge benefit is we can now access a tier 3 ritual site, which means we have a fully completed ritual site, which is pretty nice. And for the rest of the souls we have to collect for at least the next set of abilities. We can have a lot of multipliers, which is very nice indeed, especially since we also now have, well, we've had for a while now, I should say, I've just not made use of it, is, well, even when I put it in here, yeah, the alteration necklace as well, which is going to make everything even more stronger, better, one of them. Yeah, oh, I might need some necroplasm though. We're going to see. That is 70 smithing, very nice indeed. Necrotic and bars are unlocked. Woo! Here we have ourselves 80 mining. Very nice indeed. I'll see if I can yoink a Bane pickaxe from someone. And any second now, we should get, oh yeah, there it is. Never mind, the mining level of 81, very nice indeed. Our main benefit for this is it unlocks ourselves Crystal Flex and normal sandstone, which is very big indeed. It gives us one we eventually get, or someone eventually gets, because I believe they're tradable in the shared troop storage, whatever. 87 crafting, we've got flasks unlocked, which is going to be very nice indeed, making overloads even that closer, I think. So yeah, very good unlock to have out of the way. This is a 91 necromancy. It does not give us anything. That is our 1000th boss kill, which is very nice. Also, it turns out Mole can get insta-killed, like in one of its rooms, if the effect happens, and as soon as he teleports to the main one, he's dead. Here we go, 1000 boss kills. Let's unlock adrenaline crystals. Huge. Here we have ourselves a smithing level of 73. Very nice. And this is the completion of Ekura's Lantern, requirement for Ritual the Mahjong. And this should be, that is correct, the Slug Menace is completed. And after having a nice sit down on Sir Tiffany's Tiffy cushion or something, I can't remember, Zap, we should continue this dialogue and complete ourselves Ritual of the Mahjong. Very nice indeed. A big quest out the way, some XP and agility, mining, crafting. Pretty nice. That is also a journey achievement, which is very nice indeed. And we can collect 300 quest points, sorry, in Mace Shop. And some nice Herbal XP, which is going to get us a level of 83. Very nice indeed. Big quest out of the way. So, 300 quest points dice. Will we get anything from it? I mean, we'll probably get a fortune component. Best Dehyde Trap Scuffix. So I've decided it's probably worth working on getting ourselves the 6-age circuit ring, which means we have to go through and complete all the quests needed for full completion of the World Wakes. One of them is the Void Strays Back dances, one of them, which eventually, obviously, like right at the start, we require Imp Catcher, which is what we are completing now. Imp Catcher is completed. And here we have ourselves a Void Dance. Very nice. Ooh, Necro Pet is ours. Sick. 92 Necromancy. So this is a pretty big upgrade. We finally have enough souls and talent points. We can get ourselves Spectral Scythe. Upgrade number 2, which is upgraded to full, and DPS is going to be massively increased now. There is 80 farming, pretty nice indeed. Serenic Essence, okay. Oh, we get ourselves 74 defense along with a Harmodic Plate. Nice. And there is 75 defense at Heart Mod once more. No plate this time around, but a lot of Vampirium requirement, which is pretty good. Drumsticks. 38. Another plate to the collection. So we obviously now have the drumsticks. We can continue whatever. And there's her modern base. I can't remember what the quest is actually called, like the old black magic, something like that. Nice. And this Jack of Trades should give us a Herblot level of 84. Very nice. Slowly but surely getting our way to overloads. Adren pots, actually that's pretty good. I'll take that. That is 80 smithing, 1 out of the 3 needed for invention. Very nice indeed. Bane smithing is unlocked. Crystal tools. Godsword blades, I guess. I don't know how useful, because they'll be used for dragon bolts. I don't know if Necromancy kind of beats everything for it instead. But yeah, we're basically at the divination as well. I think literally 2 caches will do it, so I'll do them at some point. Use the crafting, which we're still 500k off. I have some gems I can cut. I might be able to steal some from other people. Otherwise, we're just going to be at harps for a few hours. Probably longer. I think it's like 32k an hour. So that's a long time. This is something else I can think of. That is Swan Song completed. Very nice indeed. Love Story, which is a load of crafting XP, which I've done it. Or why I done it. Do we get any levels? No. I return the ring, that'll give me another 5k, but that's going in Harblot anyway. Cool. I'm just going to kind of go through all the quests that give crafting XP. Because although we need to do harps for dust for a couple of things like the pickaxe, the hatchet, not that we have the pickaxe yet, Mattock and the attuned crystal teleport seed. I kind of want to get 80 as soon as possible, so I'm going to try and quests as much as I can. Whether this is longer or quicker, I don't know, but it's still worth doing it nonetheless. There's a lamp, which is 5k, oh it's 10k, but it's still going on Herblot, even though that might help with crafting. It would be silly not to. That is Kindred Spirits, a load of XP lamps. I don't know if we'll get any levels. Nope, but it's more crafting XP. So what we are going to do is... okay, cool. We are going to buy a couple, I don't know, it might even just be one, I don't know how many. But some huge XP lamps just to speed up this crafting a little bit, because we don't have any gems, harp's taking forever, and it would be nice to unlock invention as soon as possible. Okay, that's like not what I meant to do. Cool, we're just a penguin today. Can I do this while being a penguin? Okay, no I can't. Wait, I don't even have the clock. Have I just... Wait a second. Can that just give you an additional clockwork suit? No, wait. Almost did it again. I don't know. 3 will maybe do it. 100 odd K. Okay, one more. Maybe people will say this is a waste of penguin points, maybe it's not. I probably will forget they're there though, so it's not the end of the world, but that is 80 crafting. We are one off with divination, like literally 30k. I can maybe do a quest for it, or... Oh, actually, I can get the ornate tier box, which is nice. I need to do that. God, I actually need to do Tears of Gothic still this week, so I'll do that in a second. But I can maybe do a quest for that 30k, or it won't take long. Just doing other things I can do for Div. And I do believe after all of this dialogue we go through about the TARDIS, we get ourselves back to the freezer completed, which gives us a load of XP, but the main one we're looking for, actually we also get invention XP once we complete the invention tutorial, which is pretty important, is it gets us 80 divination, which basically means invention is unlocked, which is very nice indeed. It's a requirement for Twilight of the Gods as well. We can create div pieces, memory dazzle, which I think is broken, but we're obviously not at the point where we can do gates of Lisness, whether we need 86 archaeology. But yeah, Ringcraft can give us anything. Nope. But let's go straight to Falador and do this invention tutorial. So I'm just gonna kind of record this. I don't really know what I'm gonna include, what I'm not gonna include. But it basically goes over how invention works. I assume I have to discover something immediately. I do. I have to discover the chargeback. I should probably do that KVD event as well, to be fair. Oh, perfect. Nice. Chargeback discovered. Continue. Grab some pieces here. I guess we... DA this. DA this. Talk to Doc again. Use the bench. Create ourselves a chargeback. Very nice indeed. Add the tool belt. Cool, invention is level 2. We now discover more blueprints. We can do more stuff. We can unlock an augmenter. Hallucinogenic, cool. Use that on the flowers. Maximum light level 5. Is that the tutorial done? Yep, cool. DA these, I guess. Which is very nice. We have some cool flowers. Let's make our way to KVD real quick. Go do that. And then we have something else we can do quickly. But I need a sword to get there quick. There is also one additional thing we can do, as I believe I'm pretty sure I said, for completing Some Light Get Cold. If we now talk to Chuck once more, back to the freezer, no, Some Like It Cold. I think, yeah, we get 10k invention XP, which is very nice, bringing us straight to 10. Pretty cool. Got a load of stuff we can research. I think ideally we want 27, I believe, so we can get our item to level 10, then it's worth going for the Sun Spear because that's probably going to be the main way we train Invention. We do have a load of Black Sallies which we can augment, but I don't know how efficient that will be. I know it's what you meant to do originally, but considering range ain't the best, although we are almost level 80, so I don't know. Yeah, so I can probably get another load of Invention XP by doing Tears of Gubbix. I haven't done it this week, it resets tomorrow. I didn't think it worked with Invention, but it apparently does. I now obviously also have an Ornate Bowl for having 80 crafting and mining, so I think it fills up faster or something, I don't recall. Apparently you can dive in here as well. So I'm just gonna... Oh my god, you can. What? Cool, am I ever gonna be able to get any of these? Yeah, so I'll just go through all this. Let's see what we get. Yeah, there we go. 195 tiers, I'll take it nonetheless. What invention does it give us? Oh my god. We got 58k from that, so we got to 20 immediately. Very nice. Which means we can create all our outfits. Pretty cool. Equipment dissolver, augment dissolver. Whatever. Yeah. Not bad at all. How far are we from? I think it's 27 we want to get to. Yeah. So how much XP are we actually off? 116. How much do I get if I use... I think I have a resale. Actually, I'll double check before I do. Oh, I don't have a weekly reset. Yeah, never mind. Still, that's only 100k XP. I don't know how much we'll get from a full Black Sally. I'll have to look into it. And for the completion of this star, we get ourselves 80 range. Not too shabby. Actually, that's a light within requirement, isn't it? The giant mole is kind enough to give us... I'm pretty sure this is like our third dragon two-handed. Didn't we get 2 from Chaos Ellie? Yeah. 85 prayer at the Ring Crystals. Corrupt Crystal, that's it. That's it indeed. Nice. Oh, guess what we got? That's right, a Focusite. We have enough points to unlock Slayer Rings. Very nice for Invention. That is 6700. I don't know how many more levels I'm going to get with this aura. Maybe 1, but we need 75 for Big Game Hunter, for Dragonmatics, which will speed up Archaeology. Sorry, and we also need 76 for, I think it's Lord of Vampirium, which is going to help with Invention because it gives us the, or gets us closer to the Sun Sphere, which will be very nice. Yeah. Oh, and the reason I took note is because 67 is for Black Sallies, which is, oh, and the Disc Catch, which is Woody Medium Diaries, I think are now doable, which is pretty cool. So, my hour is finished. We got ourselves 68. We're almost halfway to 69, which is very nice, but I'm not sure, so I'm going to check. But never mind, we're still 500 off. So this will probably be a bit laggy because I'm currently rendering something on the PC. But we have enough harmonic dust to remove our dragon. Actually, wait, do I even do it here? Do I have to talk to her? I think I have to talk to her anyway. Can you make me a crystal pickaxe, hatchet, or whatever? Check for tools in my backpack. Yes, upgrade the axe. There we have ourselves a crystal hatchet. Very nice indeed. Tier 70 woodkind, which, yeah, we just need another 4k for the attuned crystal teleport seed. That's the only thing right now, because we don't have a D-pick or a D-matic, but still, one of the crystal weapons out the way, or tools out the way. 75. Woohoo. Now to strength. And any second now, we should get ourselves, there we go, a hunter level of 69, the funny number. 70 hunter. We get the new one. And we have been slaving away at these guys for quite a while. We're not even done yet. But there we go. That is every single unlock at Dundee's shop. And we have ourselves the golden crocodiles. Very nice. Where is he? Oh yeah, over there. 75 strength, and these are hitting way harder than what they were the other day, and I don't know why. If anything, I know that I've got rock shell plate, but I have better gear than what I was wearing yesterday because I was using brawlers. So who knows, but on to attack. I don't think I'm going to get the 3 levels I need though. 75. 125k off. 76. What's it called? Fire making, that's it. One off Vampire or River of Blood, one of them requires it. 76, which is the requirement for River of Blood. Okay, that's what it was. Now I just need to get the attack, and I think we can do both of them. 78 attack, which is the last wreck for River of Blood. For the Sun Spear, although we do still need 79 construction. I forgot about that for Lord of Vampire. So I will finish the hour here on strength because I didn't need 78 for the Void Stairs back as well. Get as much XP as we can in strength. And do some construction training. Wait, how did they escape? Anyway, Lord of Vampirum done. XP. Oh, 80 Slayer. This was within the night. Yup, Necros. Revs of a Slayer wreck. It's probably one level. 85. Oh, 2,200 total. And any second now, we should complete ourselves. There we go, all fired up. That is our last prereq quest for River of Blood. Very nice. And here we go once more after, there we go, River of Blood is completed. Very nice quest to have out of the way. It gives us full access to the fully complete Sun Spear, a load of additional Herblore XP actually as well from this tome, which should give us a level once I go through all the charges. Yes, indeed, 86, very nice. But Sun Spear is going to be huge for training invention, and I guess Prayer and Fire making, and Slayer. Decided to finally go around and do a big game hunter session. This is our first dino. Unfortunately, we can't actually skip the cutscene. I don't know what the requirement is for that. Maybe we have to hunt a certain many or say a certain amount or something. I don't know. But will we get ourselves a lucky D-Matic from the get-go? Be huge if we did, but it's 1 in 100. No. Salvage. Okay. But still, big game hunter. It's first one's done. Cheeky little 70 cooking. Woo! 78. Oh, that's King of the Dwarves as well. Void Stairs back. And any second now, this should be the completion. There we go, the Void Stairs back. Oh, very nice indeed. Ooh, 80 construction, 83 magic. I guess we take them nonetheless. It's just one of the quests for prereqs for full completion of the World Wakes, which is actually this might be our last one. And we also get some summoning XP from our lamp, which brings us up to 78, a new combat level as well, I guess. Yeah. Oh, some new fort upgrades, which is nice. Cool. Winemaker's Curse. This is the last quest. It wasn't the wait, I forgot. 77 fire making, some agility XP, which I will always take because agility is a pain to train. Cool. Yeah, all that's left is let's go and claim ourselves our ring. Off we go. So now we have completed all the quests that we have, we should be able to, yes, there we go, the Guffixian Hydroid has given us the 6th Age Circuit Ring. Our best in slot ring for all combat styles for quite a while actually. It's probably not until like 86 for Necromancy, and then I think it outshines the DK ring, so not until we get 10 of all of them and etc, etc. The like hearts of whatever, which is very nice indeed. We get some direct teleports to places as well. I also think we can add the World Gate teleport, but I think we have to go talk to someone, or it might be like to do this guy or talk to Alexandria's or whatever, I don't remember. Or do we just talk to this guy and he eventually gives it to us? I am not sure whatsoever. But we also can light all these for a nice little bit of XP, which is very cool indeed. There we go. 40k additional fire making XP, and yeah, that's all the rewards we have available. Very nice. So for completing Fate of the Gods, and I also believe Ritual the Martyr also causes this, we can get ourselves a combat XP lamp from Alexandria, I can't pronounce his name properly, over here, which is very nice, which we are going to chuck into range, 75k, that gives us a level, we can use it multiple times, pretty cool. So we got 81 from the first lot, and will we get anything from the next? No. Here we have the completion of the mini quest, the General Shadow. Very nice, doing this for another post-quest reward from Sliske. And here is said post-quest reward of a gift for Sliske, allowing us to have a permanent ability to see into the Shadow Realm. It's going to be very nice for in case we bump into the invisible penguin. Prisoner of Glothry. The main reason we done it is because it gives us enough. Oh my god, that's a load of levels. It was for the 80 agility, not for the other things, but I guess I'll take the other levels as well. But that's all the requirements for the Light Within. We just got to do making history, I think. Wait, no, meeting history, which I don't think is too bad. Meeting history, some Herbler XP, not a lot, but Herbler XP nonetheless. Yeah, cool. Now within the light, or the Light Within, I never remember which way around it is. Well, the plan was to go about and do the Light Within, however, it turns out we need an item of a Grand Defense Potion, which requires us to get 89 crafting to make crystal flasks. Since although we have all the skill requirements, this is a required item, which is kind of annoying. Like, I get you can buy them off the GE if you're a main, but it would have been nice if there was like a little clause considering. I mean, it makes sense because it's a proof make thing, but oh well, I'm just rambling. Yeah, annoyingly, we have to get ourselves 89 crafting, but we can get a few levels before and then boost with a spicy stew. So I guess I'll be AFKing at harps for a bit. Maybe do some other stuff, because harps aren't great XP, but we do need like 12k harmonic dust anyway for crystal tools or everything. So yeah, I'll just see how I feel. but still annoying. So this is the third. We got a triple dinosaur encounter. This is the third one dead. I think, or not dead, but, well, yeah, hunted. I believe we get an achievement for it. Correct? We have to skin it first. So we get obviously triple the loot. Let's see what we get. Like first two were literally just sharks, which is fine. But triple loot, we get salvage. Okay. Was there salvage and sharks? No, sorry. Just triple salvage. It's fine, it's fine. Doesn't matter, but it's a triple one nonetheless. Let's continue. We're doing it raw, hoping for a Matic. So, I didn't think we would, but it turns out we most likely, oh no, not most likely, we will. After restoring this artifact, we will get ourselves 70 archaeology. Very nice indeed. That is the requirement for Stormforge, it turns out. As well as one of the wrecks for getting the next qualification. I don't know what else we need. Plus, it means, oh, we can do this as well, which is probably worth doing. We can get a new Matuk. Unfortunately, we still don't have a Dragon Matuk, but I'm going to try and do Big Game Hunter anytime I see Raw, because I think we have an increased chance, or just if I need something to do in the downtime. We don't actually need that, so let's destroy it. We'll go get ourselves the new Matuk. What do we need to get the next qualification? I will quickly check. It's probably like, oh, never mind, there's a lot still. Researcher, send 24 hours. Okay, I can probably do that. Restore some artifacts, I think. Solve mysteries, restore artifacts, discover artifacts. Okay, cool. We're still a way off, unfortunately. We could easily quickly do it by doing the level 5 stuff, but we might as well just do it as we do it. Cool. Empty Children mystery. So here we should have the Night Theatre mystery solved. Nice. We've already done the other one, which I can't remember, even though I literally just looked. Empty Children. That's been done. We just have to find all the pages, and we literally just have to do the final step of Secrets of the Inquisition. Ugh. So we enter the secret chamber and search. Oh, we talked to this dude, I'm pretty sure, yeah. Talk to this dude for page number 9, along with the Mask Relic, which is pretty cool, and that is all mysteries in Central Teen dig site completed. We've also done all the research, so it's effectively done, unless there's like some specific achievements, which I'm pretty sure there is, actually thinking about it. But let's go offer this up to the Shadow Monolith. Just normal Monolith. I don't know why is it Shadow. I don't even remember what this relic does. Is it the movement one? It might be. I don't know. We'll literally find out in a second. It is. That's kind of useful because we don't have mobile and we probably won't for a while, so it may be worth checking on there at some point. Not too sure just yet. I'll debate it. But yeah, I guess all we need to do is restore some relics from that final disc site, which we haven't done yet, and then we go on to new and better things. Actually, I think we're about to get a archaeology level. We are indeed 72. We're 2 away of City of Central Teen. I don't know. Very nice. Oh, wait, I've now mastered it because I guess that was an achievement. Never mind. Bring home the bacon needed for bacon for a mystery in the Zamorak dig site. The gargoyle mystery of contract clause completed. And this is the final mystery for the Zamarakian dig site completed of Day Gone By, which unlocks ourselves the ability to do, is it ancient summoning? I think it's Ancient Summoning is what it's called. The like contract summoning, which yeah, pretty big. There's a lot of good things behind that. Like Water Fiend's actually going to be huge for archaeology, thinking about it. So it might be worth going and getting some. But like Hellhounds and all that stuff, like besting slot, PVM, what are they called? PVM familiars, which although we don't have the summoning level for, going to be very nice later on. Woo! 87 herbal, very nice indeed. Anything new? Super inventions and super adrens. 26 invention. Nice. So I think literally just uncovering this soil. I need to speak to the site manager first. Uncovering this soil should give. I don't know how much XP it gives, but I think it's probably enough. Yeah, because there we go. 74 archaeology. Very nice indeed. Main reason being requirement for City of Sensultine, whatever. And I might go and do that now. I don't remember how long it is, but very nice. We have that out the way, or we can now do it. Yeah. So as we finish off this dialogue, this should be the completion of any second. Now, there we go. City of Sensultine. Yeah, you know the drill. Why this now? 50k archaeology, Slayer, magic, 50k combat, lamp. The big thing is we obviously get ourselves the 4 magic spells, which are going to be very nice if we actually do high tier magic combat, which I'm not opposed to at any point. But also, even bigger, the Portafix Shadow Ring, which is very nice indeed. It basically gives us access to tier 3 troves. We can then overcharge it as well, which is going to give huge benefits to every single God Wars or Elder God Wars boss, which is massive. Zuck is definitely a lot more doable. We just need to like do some trash runs for, I think it's probably 6k total, because we want 5k of, oh that's a lot of Karapak, isn't it? Because ideally like I can just wear it normally, but if I can overcharge it, that's even better. But yeah. Oh, we can also visit May. Yeah, that's why I'm here. Giving ourselves another dice. Any good items? I guess it's fortune components eventually, and money is always nice. But anyway, let us go and make ourselves our Portafix Shadow Ring. All we have to do is get out our Portafix Observation Ring, come over to the table with a Dragonstone, and we can restore ourselves, I guess, ourselves a Portafix Shadow Ring. Very nice indeed. Obviously tier troves immediate, or no, sorry, it's tier 1 trove still. But obviously we get all the benefits because we can charge it up, which is very nice. I should have enough already from Arc Glacier from, yeah, 27k. That's a stupid number. We've got a couple of food. I don't know where that's come from. But nevertheless, do we have any jazz? Because we have done a couple of Karapak kills. They should probably just, oh, there they are. Yeah, we can, oh cool, so we've got 2 lots, so we can charge up our ring already just for the basic version, with both our Wen Anima Essence along with our Jazz Anima Essence. So yeah, there's the Wen one and the effect it gives us, which is 10% stronger against Arc Glacier's basic attacks. Pretty nice. Oh, protection rares are, so 60% protection I think. And let's add 1k of Jazz, which stopped us from, yeah, getting stunned from the jumping slam. So if we mess up, and also I think you can technically tank it to skip 3rd phase, which is pretty cool. But we now just need to fully upgrade the ring, then we can overcharge it, but we need to get a load of new component, or load of new anima, and I don't really want to do sus, so I might have to get the mining, fishing, or woodcutting level. I mean, there's also hunter, but yeah. And here we should have ourselves, or well, we do have ourselves a crafting level of 83. Very nice indeed. 85 crafting. I've spent way too much time at harps. Oh my god. What do we unlock? A load of stuff. Seed bag, pretty nice. Death Warden, 290. Moonstone amulet. Oh. Oh. That's very good. Sins of the Father. I have had part 2. I've just been doing some Slayer and we got ourselves a Hex Crest from Jungle Strikeworms. Very nice. That is one part of the Slayer helm done. We just need Black Mask and Focus Sight. I don't think I've got it one yet. I might do though. Boom! There we go. A big quest out the way. Extinction is completed. There is so much we unlock from this. The fletching and fire making training in Anachronia. We get ourselves passive Ring of Vigor, which is huge. The ring gets imbued, which I think turns it to tier 3 luck. Obviously a huge chunk of Herblore XP we're going to chuck in right now, which should give us a couple of levels, at least one level. There we go. We got ourselves 2 Herblore levels, 89, getting slowly closer and closer to Overloads. One more level and we can actually boost them, which would be very nice indeed. But I'm glad we finally got this quest out of the way. Been putting it off for a little bit now. Finishing off this dialogue should unlock us the ability. Yep, there we go. We have access to Dream of Iuea, which is pretty much where the rest of our Herblore XP is now going to come from. Because I think it's every 2 days we can get ourselves, 1,500. Is it leaves we use? I can't remember. Which is equivalent to, 75k Herblore XP? I could be wrong. I think it's about that though. But that's very nice having those workbenches out the way. Yeah, I'm glad we've got it out the way. 99 Herblore and 96, and eventually I guess 120 is looking more and more in sight. I mean, it's still going to take a while, but having Dream done is very big and very nice indeed. Any second now, we should get ourselves an attack level. I started this too early. Why won't you just proc? Hello? Any? Oh my god, why don't I? Okay, cool. There we go. That is 79 attack. Very nice. A requirement for the Mighty Falls. Slowly working on Sliske's endgame for another chunk of Herblore XP. And here we have ourselves 79 strength. That is all levels required for Mighty Falls. Very nice. I will do that at some point. I don't know when though. Okay, so something I should have done straight after the quest, but we didn't have enough dungeoneering tokens at the time, so we've come back after getting a bit more. We can buy ourselves, wherever it is, the Ring of Vigor from the dungeoneering rewards token and combine it with the Warp Gem, which we get from, I can't remember his name, Karabak's son, for the Ring of Vigor effects just passively, which is going to be very nice for any future bossing and just combat. So that is actually the end of week 8, and rather than just releasing a 4-minute, almost 4-minute video, I'm just going to include the next week, but this kind of was just before Christmas period and didn't really play that much until the new year, so we don't actually have any footage until the new year. So yeah, I just thought I'd take note of that. Let's go into the new year.
Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about.
And at some point during, I believe, this next dialogue, held the spacebar, and we should. Oh, do I have enough inventory space? Maybe just about. You can have 77 spells in the ancient spellbook. There we go. The light within a load of lamp. Oh yeah, your inventory space is too full. Let's just drop that again. There's the rest of the walls, nice. So a div lamp, agility, crafting, herbal, prayer, slayer, and woodcutting. Oh, not a single level, cool. But the light within, done. There's 90 herbal, very nice indeed. That technically means we have overloads if we boost +6, which is huge. Oh no, hang on. Wait, no, it is. Is it? I don't know. Primal extract, ports is unlocked. That's big. Are overloads 96? Why do I have 92 as my target? Overloads are 96. Oh, so we can technically get overloads, which is kind of cool. But yeah, 90. First 90. No, not first 90. First 90? No, second 90. Oh yeah, should probably take note. That 90 Hublor has unlocked us ports. Any second, there we go. Dishonor among thieves done. Just a pre-rec for this Cisco's end game. No levels, but I wasn't expecting any. Oh, to be fair, almost a thieving level. Cool. This is pretty useless, and I think so is this. And that is Children of Mar completed. Very nice. Another quest completed in the Sliske's endgame list. That is 81 agility as well, which is pretty good. We're only 2 away from max for quest requirements, because I think you need 83 for one of them. Not that I remember what. We also get ourselves the Shard of Mar, which is very nice for God Wars 2, as it increases KC kill count to 400% while wearing, and everything is non-aggressive. Wish you could combine all 3 of them, but maybe at some point that will happen, but at the minute, no. Still, very nice to have out the way. And here we have our Cell of Heroes Welcome completed. Very nice. And there's actually a Zematuk. I think that's the first one of the group. I'm not entirely sure, but 2 of us can use it. We need like 6 or something in total. Only 16 kills. Oh god, I got spooned. Obviously, we now have a Matuk, and it's been decided that I will briefly use this, because I think it's even tradable anyway. But we will turn it into a crystal one. I think if need be, it can be put in the storage, but very nice. And any second, there we go. That is Nomad's Requiem completed. Another pre-rec for Cisco's endgame. We have to do Nomad's Elegy, which is a horrible quest. But still, Requiem is completed. We can also get the Varric Elite task done at the same time, just by exchanging our cape colour. We first need to obviously claim one. We'll go for red. And then we just talk to him again and ask about changing our cape. Can we talk about yes? And any second. Yep, cool, Varric Diary. Here we have Soul Searching. Elite Dungeon 5, I think, unlocked. Well, that's completely unexpected. That is the prayer pet at 4 mil XP. I've never had this across any accounts. So it's kind of a first, and it's pretty nice to get. I'll take it. I think it's an awkward one to get anyway. Oh, nice, got Jack of Blades title from that. There's only 3 skilling pets for Jack of Blades. What? I thought it was 5. Black Mask, very nice. We got it off a dangerous one. I think it's like a 1 in 20 or something. So we will take that. We actually have a Hexcrest and a Seer's Sight or something. So when we get the points, I don't know how many we are off. Never mind, we're way off. But we can make a helm. Just hit 69, fishing from a daily challenge. There is Heart of Stone completed. Very nice indeed. If we go back to Wizard's Tower, there's a Master Quest Cape thing we can get, which I would do while we talk about whatever Heart of Stone. Yeah, I believe, what is it, needed for Nomad's Elegy, which is this guy's endgame, so it's just that. And what's the other one called? Mighty Falls. Which I need to do, which they're both long quests. Cool, there's the pet. We'll use these on, I guess, range, although it's not a lot. Oh, that's like no XP. If I got a level, I'd be surprised. Cool, yeah, I believe it is just Mighty Falls, No Match Allergy, then Siskay's Endgame. Am I correct? No Match Allergies, Mighty Fall, yes, which is a very long quest. Fun. 91 Hubble. Ooh, extreme magics. Suddenly heard a load of loud fireworks. I think this is already got on the right screen, even though it's really tiny. Well, yeah, we just got the Arcvet. Archie, very nice indeed. Yeah, 1.630k XP. Oh, that's also, we can now leave this research. That's the last thing I was needing. Cool. Very good. Is this a level 10 now? No. And we have to sit through the long cutscene. If it's gonna load. It don't look. Oh, there we go. Cool. This is the cutscene bit before whatever to get the. Is it associates one we're going for? Rank in archaeology. Maybe I shouldn't have recorded this. Oh yeah, the monolith does some weird funky business. Tony, I don't know what happened to Tony. I don't think it actually explains, but he might be reaching out to us. Anyway, Wayne. Okay, cool. Any second. There we go. We've got the qualification of associates. Very nice indeed. That unlocks the next tier of shop, along with, I believe, additional research member, which is pretty nice. But main reason is obviously for the next tier of shop, and we are going to go ahead and buy whatever we can from the person. I think we can technically afford everything other than the auto screener, and we don't actually have the invention level for auto screener, so it's not that important in the minute. But yeah, a matic upgrade, material storage, and the full archaeology set. We might as well buy the whole lot. Oh, and soul box upgrade. That's the outfit, material, soil box, and precision. Very nice. I'm fairly confident this gives us I think it's this. I think we'll get some oh, it's not your chosen. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's the first commander gives us 80 archaeology, 6 away from that 86. In Mikado, Matic is now a possible. We've got 2 out of 4 pieces already, but we don't have a dragon Matic. But it might be worth hunting that if we get all of them. I'm going to do it here for all the pieces, although there's technically better sites. I think getting the pieces, we can technically boost to get into the area for all the keys, so the Matic is possible. We are retrying Telos again, because we have overloads now. Only a few, but I might as well give it an attempt. I'm actually surprised we managed to get this kill. I did not expect it. I thought we were going to mess up and choke last second, but we did not. Let's quickly grab this piece of fragment anima so we don't teleport out with beforehand. What do we get? Seeds. Okay, not great. But yeah, we'll just claim that because I'm not in rage pushing anytime soon. But still, the Talos one is out of the way. We just have Raxor and Ambi. I will maybe try a Rax, but I don't know how it will go. And there is an archaeology level just from doing material caches of 81. Skinning the creature, I believe, should give us a hunter level. Unless I have underestimated how much XP we get for this. Which I did not. That's 79 hunter. Very, very nice. There's another dragon magic. That we need that, because that is like a Mikado pickaxe basically done. Which is very nice. We have done way too little big game hunter for this. Is it not called? What's it called? Is it not called Big Game Hunter? Oh, it's Big Game Dinosaurs. Here we go, we've done 20 for 2. I apologise, they're 1 in 100. I think I got very lucky though as well, my like hardcore with Matix. But when we get 83 archaeology, which we're not too far off to be fair, it does mean we can go straight and make an Imikado hatchet to build Matic, which is very nice indeed. There is 85 making from Woody event, which is very nice. Do we get anything from our things? Nope. Base 40s. So any second now. Not that one. That one. We get ourselves an archaeology level of 82. Very nice indeed. Slowly getting towards that 86. Oh, XP. There we go. We've got ourselves 83 archaeology, which is very nice for one simple reason. It means we can actually get ourselves an Imikado Matic, which is probably worth going for now, thinking about it. Although we haven't finished the 81 sites, it's probably still very good. I believe this is gonna be the completion. I'm just gonna move my mic. What is this place I should explore? It? Enter the forge, yes. We have to pull a lever. Let's pull that. I'm not going to pick that up because I can't do anything with it yet because I don't have an Onyx, and we've not had an Onyx for such a long time. But that is into the forge completed. Very nice. We can pull this as well to open this door, which is going to be useful. Did it work? Yep, there we go. And I think that's like down. Oh no, this is just where you smith the Matic, isn't it? Did it say something study though? Where's the thing we study? There, study that. Cool. Yeah, we can now make ourselves an Imikado Matic. We have a Dragon Matic. We have all the pieces. We just need 1 mil, I believe. If I am correct. Do we need to do anything else? This section requires you to get access to whoever's forge, which we have. And then we have to learn how to make it from Forgo. For 1 mil, a red berry pie, all 4 shards and a dragon matic, and then we come back here and craft it. That's it. Cool. I'm gonna see if I can yoink 200k off someone. So let us come over to Forgo and talk to him, and please do. Can you help me make a matic? Red berry pie. I hope those things with me now. Cool. Let's get to work. We lose a mill, we lose the red berry pie, but we now know how to make them an Imikado. Metal at the Warforge. I forgot my arc bug. Oh, I actually have to pass through the doors. That's annoying. I thought it had some mystery into the room. Go up over here. Go to this anvil, smith. There's something on this anvil. What is it? This looks like to be. Oh, okay. Sure. Let's smell this, and we have ourselves an Immercado mattock. Oh, very nice. Our best is up for the time being, and until we get. What is it, like 99 or 90, and then X amount of artifacts restored and whatever to make the mattock of space and time? Time and space? Yeah, best in salt, and I'm gonna actually perk it up. Augment and perk it up. Cool. But we also need a test to see if it can be chucked in the group storage, because if it can, it means technically only one of us, which I have currently done, needs to make... Oh, I can't. That's very upsetting. Unless it can when it's augmented. If it can when it's augmented, that'd be weird. Let's go and augment it though. Here we go, and augment our mattock. Very nice, very nice. I'm gonna perk it up with what minimal perks I can actually get. Can an augmented one go in? No, it can't. So the crystal can, but the Immercado can't for some reason. Strange. We have completed the Smoky Fingers collection, and it gives us the... Wait, where'd it go? Oh wait, no, because I clicked on the thing. The Ogress Springwell or something like that. I can't remember. Oh yeah, Oogly Springwell. And that gives us the Endurance Relic, which is Unlimited Run, which I don't think is actually that useful. There's very, very few instances where you're running out of run energy, and it doesn't take long to rest. So it's probably just going to sit there for however long. Here we should have, there we go, 92 herbal, halfway to 99. It was my target goal, and I don't recall why I said it as that. Maybe because it's easier to make extremes because it's only a +4 boost now, but still, overload, sorry. Extreme range though is pretty nice. Woo! Here we have ourselves 84 archaeology. Very nice indeed. We're 2 off the 86. Oh, okay. A new relic and dig site. Maybe useful. So I need some feathers to restore my archaeology artifact, but we also need them for anti-fires. But there we go, 72 just from pickpocketing the bird. Or stealing the feathers. I don't know if it's pickpocketing or what. What does it say? It says get feather. Okay. And we have ourselves 2 new relics we can hand in. One for handing Armadillo a cloak of some form to remind them of their husband or something. Which gives us the Ring of Solomon, which unlocks Death Ward Relic, which is very nice. And the other one for completing the Armadillo Collection 1, which unlocks the... What is it, like Farmers something, or like, I can't remember. It's the Herblot one, I don't remember exactly what it's called. But there's Death Warden, which is going to be very nice for bossing, and then following up. What do you mean I have no more to... Oh, I have to do something with this? Oh, I don't remember. King Ulrium's Mushroom Spore. I have to give it to the Fairy Queen, okay? Okay, so now we've exchanged it. We offer up Queen Mother's Moonstone. Moonspore? Yeah, Moonstone, sorry. Which unlocks Farm Ecology, which is herb patches and mushroom patches no longer seizable, which is very nice, and probably we should actually wait to start doing herb runs, because it's about time to do them, to be fair. Got ourselves 70 fishing from a daily challenge, which unlocks Fragment or Deadliest Catch. So we have ourselves another relic to chuck into the obelisk for handing over a Dominion device, or Demorian device, to Rodo. I don't remember what this one gives. Oh, it's auto picking, pocketing. I mean, without the thieving outfit, I guess if we wanted to camp easy clues at some point, it's good. I don't know how it works, if it works. That is with... what's it called? The, elves. Not that we can do that yet, so I don't know. Still, another relic is eventually an achievement for comp. We just hit ourselves 88. Farming momentarily. What is that? $85 archaeology, 1 level off, which equates to 330 XP. Now, some might say this is a waste, which arguably at points I guess it is, but I honestly can't be bothered to do any more archaeology, and we're basically there, literally like 6k off, which I guess is 1 relic, but I don't really have the resources at the minute to make them all porters, but that gives us, from the Jack of Trades, a 86 archaeology, which is very important for Tombs of the Warlock. That obviously unlocks a load of necro spells we previously don't have access to, which is pretty big, but also Gates of Olidness is available. We get a best in slot necro ring. There is a lot. I even think the new desert quest is locked behind this. So yeah, I'm glad we finally have it out of the way. Ugh. Dun 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 dun. Why did I start this so early? That is AT Hunter. Oh, that's technically the next class of big game hunter dinos, isn't it? But I don't actually think I can hunt them, because I don't think... yeah, I can't actually hunt the ones I need to hunt for it. This should be the completion of Tombs of the Warlock. Yes, it is indeed. Some XP lamps in archaeology and necromancy. Very nice. And we can now unlock ourselves Invoke Death, Darkness, Greater Bone Shield, yes, Life Transfer and Threads of Fate as well, because we might as well, we're literally just one off both of them. But we're nowhere near 30,000 souls. 35,000 souls. That is Requiem for a Dragon completed. Very nice. But yeah, title for that. Soulfarer, cool. Some XP, but most importantly, we have Zorof's Soul Ring, which is it better than the current one? Oh, it is currently better, but we can upgrade it even more at the Ugala ritual site, which is what we will go and do now. That was the ring fully upgraded. I don't know how many it took, I wasn't paying attention, but that is technically our best in slot, which is very nice and very good to have, for Necro at least. Yeah. Now what? And that is the end of the episode. Another big archaeology grind is now done out the way of 86 archaeology. This is probably one of the longest grinds, at least for Questscape, going for that we might have to do, since a fair amount of the newer quests are actually locked behind it, but it does also now mean that we have completed Requiem for a Dragon, unlocking that new ritual site, but more importantly, we have access to the best in slot Necro Ring, other than the one that drops from the Rex Matriarch, but I mean, this is just a questing ring which we got for free, which is pretty nice. We also completed Tombs of the Warlock beforehand, which gave us Darkness and Invoke Death, which are two very powerful necromancy spells that are going to be very useful for a lot of bosses, especially the endgame ones. We've also started work on our tier 90 Necro power gear. We've taken down Telos. It was not too bad, but it was harder than I initially expected, but it's done and we don't have to worry about it. All we've got left is a Raxor and Ambi, which is more than likely going to be Death Touch darts, so we can all get it at the same time. But with that, we'll call it there. And thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe. It just lets me know that you're enjoying the content. And with that, I'll see you in the next one.